Hello, and welcome back to another Strong Collector's Quick Reacts. Today is going to be a solo show. Jordan is unfortunately sick, so he's going to take the day off and recover, so leave him some comments and wishing him he gets better soon. Today, we're going to be talking about the 3 retro-carded X-Men that I ordered. These just came in on Saturday, so I ordered Avalanche, Spiral, and Phenix. The other 3 I didn't really need in my collection. I like the previous Multiple Man that we got better than the new one. I don't need another Wolverine. I'm not going to get the rest of the X-Men in that costume, so no need for that. And then Longshot, again, just not really a character that I really need too bad. So without further ado, let's get into Avalanche. So my first thoughts on Avalanche are unfortunately a little bit disappointing because I like what they did with the art here. That's pretty cool. But then it unfortunately doesn't really translate to the actual character very good because his head sculpt, that's most people's biggest gripe with this. The head sculpt and the art looks pretty cool. He's grimacing, fighting the X-Men. But then you get to the figure and it's kind of like a derpy, squinting, neutral, not much going on with that face. It doesn't really look like how I would think Avalanche would look. So that's the biggest disappointment there. Also really lacking accessories. He comes with 2 extra hands and that's it. No seismic effects. I mean, easily they could have probably packed in that. Just some previous effects that we'd gotten before. But alas, he's pretty bare bones. And it just doesn't match up with the art on the box at all. I know that the art on the box isn't supposed to be the figure, but the blues are different. The figure or the art has nicks and scratches and stuff, he's been fighting the X-Men on his armor. None of that detail on the actual figure. Pretty disappointing, but I was really excited for an Avalanche, so I may just need to find some of those effects on the secondary market, maybe go to Can of Beams, get some seismic effects, something like that. I'm going to keep him on card just in case he goes on more of a sale. Then I can either return this one or get a price match or something like that. Make it a little bit cheaper. I did get this one for I think 15% off, including my Target red card. So again, didn't pay full price for it, but it just kind of falls a little bit short. He's still probably going to do fine. Put him on your shelf with Toad and Pyro and Blob. Just not quite what I was hoping for. Maybe he'll get the award for you almost had it. But getting into Phenix, a little bit better character, or at least better figure, I think. I'm not a huge fan of Phenix. Don't really love any of the stories with her in it. I don't know if that's just because I'm oh no, now Phenix is going to tear Jean and Cyclops apart. So maybe that's why I don't like Phenix. I don't know. I do like the Avengers versus X-Men, but that's not really with Jean Grey as Phenix. It's more with other characters as Phenix. But anyway, this figure, much better. When I was showing these to my wife, she was thinking that this should have been part of the cel-shaded X-Men series because of the artwork. It's very heavily cel-shaded. But I think it works out pretty well. I have this one on card, but then I've also got her loose as well. She's got quite a bit of detail in the hair, so it's kind of got the extra black paint in there. The hair is going to hinder the articulation of the head, but it works out pretty well still. The plastic that they used is a little bit softer than normal, but I think that's just probably going to be going forward. They're just using softer plastics now to save a buck. That's just how it is. She's got the double pinless arms and legs. That's good. The sash is a loose piece, so it kind of moves around with, depending on how you have her posed. Not the end of the world. It's definitely not as annoying as not having a keyed in strap on Cyclops. The one thing that is odd about her is the logo on her chest. I'll try to put up a picture. I'm not sure if it'll come through on camera, but it's the logo is a sticker, but not just the bird. It's also the red. So there's 2 kinds of red where you get around the logo. It's kind of a shinier, glossier red than the rest of her costume. So I don't know if they did that just because it kind of ensures that you're going to get a more crisp logo on the figure. But it's just kind of odd to have a different color red on top of what's supposed to be the same color red. Not sure why that is. And it's when she's up on your shelf, you're not really going to see it. Even if I just try to show you now, you probably can't see it. if you're holding the figure, you're up close, you can see it a little bit more. Not the end of the world, just kind of an odd thing that I noticed when looking at her. She comes with extra hands, same female hands that we get with most females, but extra hands nonetheless, that's good. And then she comes with a translucent flaming bird effect. Pretty cool effect. Yeah, she's already traded. So she'll be heading out by the time this is posted live. She'll be gone. And then this one in the box is also available for trade as well. So maybe she'll be gone by the time you guys are seeing this too. Don't love the character again, so not one that I need to keep on my shelf, but we'll see. If I don't get a trade, I'm probably just going to take it back to Target because not a character I need. But a character that I am going to be keeping, and probably a contender for top 10 of the year, is the Spiral. The Spiral came out way better than I was expecting, so I've got her on card here, but then I've got her loose as well, and holy cow, they did a great job on her. So not only is she pinless arms and legs, she's pinless legs and 6 arms. And again, this is like, she's like a space ninja Viking cyborg lady. You don't have very many of those on your shelf. So she is very well done. Like, the articulation is good. The plastic feels pretty solid. I will say it's a little bit soft in the arms, and it's a little bit different posing a 6-armed figure than it is a 2-armed figure, obviously. Trying to manipulate some of those smaller shoulders with the softer, like, arm plastic that they're using, it does kind of feel like you're going to, like, pull the arm off pretty easily, or, like, from the upper bicep to the shoulder joint. That does feel a little bit loose, but I haven't, like, had any issues with it. Like, just go slow. Let's just like you would with most characters. Like, if you're meeting resistance, just either heat it up or take it a little bit slow, and you're going to be fine. Like, I don't really see any issue where I'm going to, like, actually break this. If I really wanted to, I could probably, like, pop her arms off, and I don't know, maybe you would want to reconfigure something for some reason. I don't know. As is, she's a great figure. Good, like, fur effects on the boot. The hair is going to hinder the head sculpt, just like with Jean Grey, but it's still fine. It looks really good. The paint, fantastic. Where Avalanche comes pretty bare bones, Spiral is on the same level as Herald Thor, where she comes with a ton of accessories. So she's got 6 arms, and she's got a weapon for each hand. So she comes with the kind of katana ninja swords. She's got this kind of bigger Viking knight sword, and then she's got this golden axe, kind of like what we got with Angela. Same axe, just less detailed, I think. And then she also has 2 extra hands. So she's got an extra fisted hand for her cyborg arm. Or I think maybe she came with the open hand. The fisted hand was on her. I swapped those out. And then she's got an extra open hand, more human-ish hand, even though it's not a human hand, but, you know, more human looking. So that'll work with any of her, left hands. So she's got 2 options for the left hands there to make it more open. So you don't get any, like, closed fisted hands for the human hands, just the one closed fisted hand on the cyborg hand, but that's fine. I think she looks really cool like this, kind of posed with her arms crossed and then still holding 4 weapons. Pretty cool. So yeah, she's one that I'm going to probably keep forever. For her, I got 1 to rock, 1 to stock. I like to have some of my retro cards on display on the wall here, so she's going to get added to the retro card display, but then I've also got her loose to be able to pose around and put with the shelf. Jean Grey, Phenix, not sticking around. She's already put out to pasture. Avalanche, like I said, I'll hold on to him for a little bit. Hopefully he goes on a bigger sale. If not, it's not too bad. I'll keep him. But again, if you're not a huge fan of Avalanche, he's probably a pass, or just wait till he goes on clearance or find him loose in the groups. I don't think he's going to be a very big secondary market hard thing to find. So those are my thoughts on these 3 anyway. Let me know your thoughts if you have these 3, or if you have the other 3. Which ones are your favorites? Are you in agreement with me that Spiral is going to be a top 10 for the year? Am I crazy? Is Avalanche actually pretty good? I'd be very hard-pressed to see if somebody could argue that. But let me know your opinions. We respond to all the comments. And until next time, stay strong.